to succeed does not just have to happen in a classroom. The exposure that you've given to your students, taking them to Kenya, taking them to China, taking them to different places so that they could see what the other parts of the world is doing, so that they can come back and be empowered. Like Ashley, who went to Kenya, met students at Kenyatta University. She had a project she's doing, and when she shared that problem with the students at Kenyatta University, those students said, "We can help you." And before long, Ashley came back to New York. She entered a competition. She won $10,000. Ashley is a CEO of a company in New York today. And she always gives credit to Dean Rowe and that trip that she made to Kenya and the connections she made with the other students. So Dean Rowe, we want to acknowledge you with the Lifetime Startup Africa Lifetime Achievement Award.
Everybody stand up, around of applause.
I am humbled and so appreciative of all of those who thought some of the work that we do was worthy. A special thanks to Erastus. Today I was in a conference, a seminar, a global seminar, and they defined what leadership is. And they talked about the courage that one has and the authenticity that one has, and the humility that one has, and all of that is embodied in Erastus. Please give him another hand. My name is Joanne Rowe. I'm the Dean of the School of Business at Medgar Evers College, City University of New York. I'm also the president of the HBCU Business Deans Roundtable, who represents over 100 HBCU business schools. And I say that with some humility. Let me start, and because I know the time is short, I won't read all my preparations, but I just want you to know who this woman is before you. I always speak of my great-grandmother from Cat Island, Bahamas. Her name was Alice Boney Rowe, because she is or was our matriarch in rock. She was a serial entrepreneur, and get this, who could not read or write. Later in her life, she was blind, yet she had vision. Like so many Caribbean immigrants, she had left the island of her birth for a better future for herself and her family. I always speak of my own journey of being the first in my family to earn a college degree. And now all of my siblings, and even half dozen, have college degrees, and 4 out of 6 have advanced degrees. My family was honored by the University of Miami for producing the largest number of graduates in its history, 5 from a single family in the history of the university. And we come from a town, yes, please. Neither one of my parents had degrees. We came from a town like the social entrepreneur, what's his name again? I'm sorry. What's your name, sir?
Logan.
Mr. Logan. We come from a place like Mr. Logan came from. I lived in segregation. I came up through segregated schools. But that didn't limit who I was. They made us go to the integrated schools when I was in high school. I was depressed because I wanted to go to the black school, and they made us go to the integrated school. And when I went there, they taught us about economics. But I didn't see anybody in those books that looked like me. And so I didn't know that a little black girl from Richmond Heights who ran barefoot in the streets could be an economist. So when I went to that University of Miami, I saw, and this is why awareness and exposure is so important. I saw the first black economist I had ever studied. And I said, oh, I didn't know black people could be economists. Sign me up. I signed up for every one of his classes, whether it was, whether it was exciting or not. I wanted to be in the room with someone who looked like me. And that's why it's so important for us to be educators, so that some of the people that we work with see folks that look like them. And so I learned from a very early age that entrepreneurship was important, because in that black town where I was, there was black dentists, there was black doctors, there was black business people. And then when things changed, our lives changed. And so I call this creating opportunity in a time of uncertainty. And so our charge is to follow the opportunity by solving complex problems with multi-generational, and that's what StartUp Africa does, multidisciplinary and multicultural teams, so that the perspectives of many can accelerate broad, meaningful, and sustainable change. If you thought technology was changing fast, hold on to your seats. We right now have just started, we've been talking about the fourth industrial revolution. They are working in the fifth industrial revolution. But today in India, I was told that the sixth and the seventh industrial revolution is on its way. And the faculty is in Kenya who's talking about this. Let me just say that what they're talking about in the seventh industrial revolution is that you won't need a cell phone, you won't need a device, you won't need AI. It's going to be telepathy. Your mind and your brain are going to run everything. Wow, get ready for it. So, and that is happening at one of the universities in Kenya right now. So what I want to just say as I close, I want to quote from the great visionary leader Nelson Mandela. We have done a lot of things and a lot of work together, and sometimes we feel alone, sometimes we feel the road is hard, sometimes we feel that, it's just too much. But Nelson Mandela reminds us, do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up. We all may fall down in challenges, but together we will rise and reshape the flat world of ours today for a better worldwide. And I'm absolutely counting on the next generation. They talk about generation Z, E, whatever it is. We need them. Because whatever we did in the past, I can tell you I'm an economist and I've studied since the civil rights movement, the income and the wealth gap has gotten bigger, no matter what we've done. So I'm counting on them babies that we're educating to do better, to be better, and to make a better world. Thank you.
Wasn't that powerful? Yes. Who wants to be like her when you grow up?
I do.
I know I do. Every time she speaks, she inspired me. She creates some fire in me. So I hope she has created a little fire in you to go out there beyond.